Odiorata. Stomp angrily in a petulant frenzy amid the noise and haste, and glare at others until they are shamed into silence. As much as possible without admitting your own faults, perpetually criticise all persons. Insist that they must all conform to your sacred standards for their own good. Twist the truth insidiously and persistently, and perversely mangle what others are saying into something you can claim is extremely offensive. Load your questions carefully, for the honest are full of integrity. Avoid intelligent and rational persons. Their implacable facts can prove fatal to your feelings. If you compare yourself to others, then you can find your rightful place in the victim Olympics, gratefully surrendering your inadequate sense of individuality for the transhumanic bliss of identity politics. Exercise virtue signalling in business meetings and at parties to elevate your social status. Seek out the most obscure minority groups suffering oppression and arrogantly presume to speak out on their behalf, scolding your friends for not knowing of their sorry plight. Seek haven in your safe space. It is a vital shelter from the egregiously tumultuous chaos that is rife in this sorry world. Employ aromatherapy, dressing up and colouring in with crayons to soothe your sensitive snowflake soul. If all else fails, a heartfelt "Ree" can often be cathartic. Expose racism, sexism and all other isms in everyone except thyself. Remember, thou art purer than the driven fucking snow, and thou hast a sacred duty to make everyone else become the change you want to see in the world. Only then can you change, following the example you have first pummeled into them. Take offence quickly and hysterically, and never accept an apology, except as an admission of guilt that you can use to cancel the heretics and deplatform them. Take everything your enemies say out of context. Employ careful quote mining to misrepresent their positions, for the ends always justify the means in aid of the noble and glorious ideal. Claim every form of human kindness is really a microaggression, cynically dismissing all acts of altruism as being unconsciously negatively biased. Accuse others of using coercive words that could provoke conflict, whilst justifying any violence you feel entitled to as morally righteous. Remember, it is always okay to punch a Nazi, and a Nazi can be easily and clearly identified as anyone who doesn't totally agree on every topic that is important to you. Complain bitterly about everything that's going on, insisting that it's everyone else's fault. Remember, hypocrites with double standards have twice as many as people with just one set. You're most likely the child of a single mum, raised under the yoke of victimhood. You are entitled to be annoyed, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is inherently unfair, and you've got to whine, kick and scream to get your share. Therefore, always be at war with Nazis, whomsoever you conceive them to be, and in the racist, sexist and whatever phobic cesspool that is life, keep complaining about how totally unfair it all is, whilst berating all those who actually try to do something to help. After all, in this terrible world with all its conflict, misery and injustice, you can still find ways to make things worse. Blow out the candle. Curse the darkness.